My name is David Glickman. I'm a co-deputy director of research, and I also cover healthcare. The bargaining power of buyers is when buyers for a product or service pit the industry participants against each other to try to negotiate lower prices and/or higher quality goods or services. One key factor in the bargaining power of buyers is buyer concentration versus firm concentration. When the buyers are more concentrated than the companies that they're buying these goods or services from, they hold more bargaining power than the industry being analyzed. That's actually very relevant to the pharmaceutical industry. Most developed countries are single-payer systems, so you have one large government buyer negotiating with many different drug companies to get certain amounts of volume at price that they hope to negotiate down. The US actually has one of the lowest buyer concentrations. It's one of the many explanations as to why the US has the highest drug prices in the world. The buyer concentration is the lowest. Lots of small to medium-sized companies or even large companies in a geographic region are all buying health insurance from just usually a handful of health insurance companies. Those buyers have very little power to negotiate, so prices for health plans will be high, which leads to greater profits for the health insurance industry. When we think about the bargaining power of buyers, I'll put a bit of emphasis on the word power. That implies that it may or may not be exercised at any given time. An example with this is the Inflation Reduction Act here in the US, which has changed a long-standing law that had prohibited Medicare from negotiating drug prices. Well, it removed that clause and will of course drive those prices down. Because the bargaining power of buyers is strong here, profits will be lower for the pharmaceutical companies. We'd want industries we're analyzing to have a lot of power over buyers.